Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Welcome to episode number 19 in the book of Psalms. I'm calling this series The Psalms of My Friends. Here's the title for today and the concept. If you are crushed in spirit, have I got a God for you. Welcome to Psalm number 34. So also in Psalm 34, yesterday we used the tastes, specifically the recent trip I was on, as an illustration that the Lord can use tastes to both sample him as well as trigger remembrances of him and kind of walk us back to his reality. So far in Psalm 34, David has set his mouth towards blessing the Lord. He's set his mouth towards this blessing setting. I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall be continually in my mouth. Magnify the Lord with me. Exalt his name together. And it is the humble, yielding person who is doing this. My soul makes boast in the Lord. Let the humble hear and be glad. It's this humble person that's seeking, asking, listening, and looking to him. So what happens when the poor cry out? What happens when his people fear him? He answers, he delivers, he fixes the faces of those who are bent toward him. They're radiant, they're not ashamed. They've been delivered and saved from trouble. Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good, says Psalm 34:8. Blessed is the man who takes refuge in him. Oh, let's taste these moments with God and sample the flavor of what God is like in our brains so that we can recall it later. So now we're going to enter this wisdom section. This is as if Lady Wisdom is speaking to us personally. This is verse 11 to start. Oh, come, O children, listen to me. I will teach you the fear of the Lord. What man is there who desires life and loves many days, that he may see good? Keep your tongue from evil and your lips from speaking deceit. Turn away from evil and do good. Seek peace and pursue it. So come, children. Come, actual children, or come like children. So there's this essential element. I want to talk about childhood for a second. There's this essential element of childhood that is required to come to the Lord. A couple verses from Matthew 11:25 says, At that time Jesus declared, I thank you, Father, Lord of heaven and earth, that you have hidden these things from the wise and understanding and revealed them to little children. So children sometimes get a special revelation. Perhaps it's an ease of belief, and then there's this childlike trust, which I think is critical. Matthew 19:14 says, when the disciples were shooing away the children, Jesus says, no, let the children come to me and do not hinder them, for such belongs the kingdom of heaven. So the kingdom belongs to actual children, the young people, the short ones. And the kingdom also belongs to those who become like children. So that means that they are spiritually childlike. So only two kinds of people get into the Lord's kingdom: children and adults who are childlike. And then Matthew 18:1. The knuckleheaded disciples are fighting about who's the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. And calling to him a child, this is Jesus now, he put him in the midst of them and said, Truly I say to you, unless you turn and become like children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. Whoever humbles himself like this child is greatest in the kingdom of heaven. So God receives actual children, small children, and then those who become like children, perhaps most prominently in the character of humility. So children are learners and lovers, and they're without guile. They're real. When they're hungry, that they tell you. When they're tired, when they're unhappy, they're just dependent. So be like a spiritual child as you come to Psalm 34. So bring your reality. Tell the Lord about it. Know that he is bigger than your situation and bigger than you. Trust him in his provision. Those are all childlike ways that we can imitate childishness. So it's not out of bounds that we see the Lord as parent. His eyes are towards us, his ears are tuned to our cry, and his face is against those who are against his children. So let me continue with the Psalm 34, verse 15. Watch what the Lord does with his senses. The eyes of the Lord are towards the righteous. His ears are towards their cry. The face of the Lord is against those who do evil, to cut off the memory of them from the earth. When the righteous cry for help, the Lord hears and delivers them out of all their troubles. And then a famous verse, verse 18, the Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit. So it is insulting for a prideful person to be informed that a person must become like a child to receive the Lord and the Lord's provision. Oh, but what a provision it is. So don't you want his eyes towards you? Don't you want his ear to be toward your cry, the cry of the righteous, the children, and his face working against those who do evil, perhaps against you? So the Lord will find a spiritually geographic association with you, a proximity to those who have the right heart toward him. That is, brokenheartedness smashed to pieces. So let's ask, what is the response of the Lord towards the shattered? And God has a special response toward this kind of woundedness, which is nearness. So when were you brokenhearted? When was the last time you were smashed into pieces? It's often there that the nearness of the Lord is easiest to see. So here in Psalm 34, we get his eyes towards, his ears towards, his face against, and his deliverance as he describes it. So the nearness to the brokenhearted and saving of the crushed in spirit. So ladies and gentlemen, if you are crushed in spirit, have I got a God for you? Or let me say it a different way. I have a God who has got you. And if you are a child, have I got a God for you? Let me say it a different way. I have a God who has got you. And if you have become like a child, or if you can become like a child, have I got a God for you? Or I have a God who has got you. Let's chew on this today. Psalm 34:18. The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit. Thanks for listening. I'll see you tomorrow to finish up Psalm 34.